This is Alan Troyer with CATForms, and we have just concluded entering the raw scores and doing the scoring for the other levels for the Rocky Ridge School for the 2020 tests. Now we would like to look at the process as it goes from there. After everything has been entered here, we see recent test date is 2020 for all of these. That looks good. But the next thing to do is to compare that with the test shipping checklist to make sure that our grades are lining up. And we do that over here on the right side under test count. For grade 1, we see that there are 2, which is correct. For grade 2, we have 3. I lost that there. We have 3. For grade 4, we have 4 instead of 5, and for grade 5, we have 2 instead of 1. So something looks to be wrong there. Let's look at the rest. Grade 6, we have a total of 4. Grade 7, a total of 3. Grade 8, a total of 2. Grade 9, 2. 10, 2. 11, 2. And 12, 1. So everything looks good, except it looks like our 4th and 5th graders have a problem here. We should have 5 and 1, not 4 and 2. I've got a screenshot here from when we were scoring in Remark with the level 3 students. And if you look under the grade column, we have a string of 4th graders and a 5th grader and 6th graders, but then we have a 5th grader here at Joanne Miller, and that should have been a 4th grader. And now these are recycled sheets, and we notice some other issues here, and evidently that was misread, which is extremely rare for the program to do that with a normal sheet. So it doesn't happen very often, but here we have a problem that we need to take care of. So here's what we need to do. In this case, we have a student that was tested in the wrong grade level, and the only way to correct that is to delete that test and run it again. So let's go to test records, the achievement tests, and here for Joanne Miller, sure enough, she shows a grade 5.7. Let's go ahead and delete that test. Unlock it, delete, confirm, and save. And we'll close this form. Now, let's go to the processing tables and level 3. And here we have Joanne Miller, and sure enough, the grade is 5 here, and it should have been 4. So let's unlock that, and let's correct that to a 4, and save it, and relock it. And why is this not saving? There we go. Okay, now that looks good there. We only have 1 5th grader and we have the 5 4th graders. Let's close this and go back to the dashboard and process scored tests. Now, there's only 1 test deleted out of that group, and so that's the only one that's actually going to be reprocessed. Let's refresh this and see what we have. Ah, yes, that looks better. Joanne Miller. And it shows, shows her as a 4th grader here. We have 5 4th graders and 1 5th grader, so that looks much better. Now we're ready to print reports. So we will go here, select the Rocky Ridge School, and starting date of 2020. And profile type, grade equivalent, and print order by grade. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll show you what the other alternatives may look like. And again, this is being processed on the server, so it usually runs fairly quickly. Okay, we have 1st grade, Kathy Martin, grade 1, Connie Martin, grade 1, Jeff Martin, grade 2, and so on. And we have the grade equivalent scores here on this graph here. Now let's close this and do a different report. Same school. Starting date of 2020. And we'll make the ADSS profile, and we'll go by last name. And again, we'll select profiles, analyses, and summaries all combined on the same PDF file. Okay, now we have Anna Davis, last name D, Christopher Davis, Diane Davis. And this order is much more user-friendly if you are scoring homeschools, when typically you want families grouped together rather than grades. If you're doing a number of homeschool students, these are all Davises, and then it goes on down from there. And these show the achievement development scale scores in this graph here, and also in the color matching rows underneath here. So that is an alternative that some schools prefer. There's much more that can be done for error correction. Names and birth dates can be corrected here. Just for example, let's do something a little odd here. Let's change Kathy's middle name to ABC. And we will save that. And we will refresh it. And now we have Kathy ABC Martin. But we don't want to keep it that way, so let's go back to, I think that was a W. And we will save it and refresh it. And so on. And that concludes this video.